The rate of unemployment among young people between the ages of 18 to 24 is rising.
A local nonprofit organization called LeadersUp is actively working to change that by tapping into multicultural talent pool and connecting young adults with employers.
Jeffery Wallace is president and CEO of LeadersUp. He joins us now to talk about the impact of the work that they do. Jeffery, thank you so much for joining us today, and we're excited to talk about what your organization does. So first question here is, your website describes LeadersUp as an anti-racist entity. How can LeadersUp help other companies be anti-racist as well and be part of the change?
Well, thanks for having me. And at a moment in time where corporations across the country have now stood in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement, it's now time for organizations like LeadersUp that work with corporations to build diverse pipelines of talent to ensure that these corporations are actually working to dismantle systemic racism. And one might ask, how can corporations do that? Well, that's by addressing the wealth and income equality gap. When we look at corporate America, and particularly the private sector, these corporations actually employ 3/4, about 100 million of the labor market in America. So what that means from LeadersUp perspective is that we can help employers ensure that they are actively recruiting young people from diverse communities, also ensuring that those young people are being employed and these young people are accessing the benefits and actual other compensation rewards associated with corporate compensation. It's important for corporations to tackle, I think, the wealth and income inequality gap in order to really dismantle systemic racism. And LeadersUp is infusing what we call inclusive talent solutions, which are talent solutions that allow employers to evolve how they recruit, retain, and advance the next generation of talent. We're also recruiting employers into a larger national coalition called the Evolve Network. And this is a network of companies that are committed to being anti-racist and also committed to evolving how they recruit, retain, and advance the next generation of diverse talent.
Sounds like an incredible program. Well, I would love to hear your thoughts about the violence in Kenosha and the demonstrations that are taking place across the country and how they impact our youth and communities.
Well, it's impacting our youth in a tremendous way. One, to ensure that they understand that they matter, that they are a significant portion of America. Despite what the historical past has said, we need young people, especially young people of color, to understand that they are essential to America's economy. Given that the shift in demographics across our nation is leading to a multicultural majority, young people of color, Black, brown, Asian Pacific Islander, indigenous young people are all essential to ensuring that America maintains its position as a global power. These civil unrests and protests demonstrate to young people that, one, that their lives matter, that, two, we will not allow systemic racism and oppression to continue to strangle the potential out of their lives, and most importantly for communities of color, that their contributions historically have mattered to America and they will matter in the future.
That's fantastic. A powerful message you have there. And yes, young leaders, especially of color, they have a lot of power. Jeffery Wallace, president and CEO of LeadersUp, thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations on the good work that you're doing.
Thanks for having me this afternoon.